he had commitments with a record label and he couldn't get out of it. And then the day after, he's posting a picture of himself walking a tiger in Dubai. And I was like, you cheeky bastard. Jim's going to be there, front row, waiting
click, click. Fraud.
What's happening? Welcome to Bongo's Bungalow, the official home of Bongo's Bingo. I'm your host, Jonny Bongo. And again, I'm joined by my two bros, Jimmy Sweets and Cole, aka Slutty Susie.
Sapo. We're here to give you a look into the world of Bongo's Bingo from behind the scenes. So if you've ever wondered how we reincarnated the beautiful game of bingo, you are in the right place.
We're unpacking the stories, the madness and the magic, plus a glimpse behind the curtain to what you guys never get to see.
We'll take you from our early humble beginnings in tiny venues to hosting massive parties around the world, and of course we'll dive into all the legendary prizes, our hoovers, our unicorns and our dildos.
And the Bungalow isn't just a place for us to share, it's for you too. So send in your stories, questions and even your dream prize ideas for your chance to be a part of the show.
Follow us on socials at Bongo's Bungalow and share your wildest Bongo's Bingo stories with us.
And you can also get in touch via email, hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk.
So grab a drink, or if you're walking or if you're listening in your car, just enjoy it and get on your dancing shoes and settle in for the Bongo's Bungalow, the podcast where the party never stops and the balls always keep bouncing. Let's have it, shall we?
Yeah,
let's do this.
So here we go. Episode 2. We did it. We did the first one, and then this is the second one.
We did it.
We did it. I'm on the bevs today.
Yeah, same here.
So
Yeah.
cheers.
Always.
I had a wild
Cheers.
few days last time, so now I
Peroni,
think
boys.
I'm ready to get back on it. And the drink of choice is Peroni, which is from where, Jim?
Italy.
Italy. Well in. So yeah, shout out to the tech team as well. You know, we're doing this podcast to talk about memories and how it all started, but you know, we're having the biggest celebration, 10th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
March.
got to get some plugs in.
Yeah, do a plug then.
Plug it.
Do you
We're
know
doing
what
the
date
10th
it is?
birthday. Yeah, 7th of March.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
Where?
Liverpool Exhibition Centre.
Who's going to be there?
Me.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can get your tickets for that on bongosbingo.co.uk. No, I'm absolutely buzzing for that.
Any surprises?
There is actually going to be a lot of
Always.
surprises as well. I think it's funny that because that picture in the background, that is from the 8th birthday we did in the exhibition centre. Such a class venue, and that was absolutely mad. I think that was one of the highlights.
Was that the second we've done there? Or
So I think we've only done it there once, or have we?
I think we've done it
Hold
twice.
on, let me have a wee think. So we did it. Yeah, so we did it maybe at the 6th birthday,
Yeah.
which was like a 90s one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we did the 8th birthday
Oh,
with Craig
yeah.
David.
We've done Spice Girls.
Oh, we did the Spice Girls intro.
Yeah.
Do you know which Spice Girl I was?
Posh?
Sporty. Come on,
What were you?
I was Ginger.
Oh, I was hitting.
We got like a £300 wig and I wore it for 2 shows.
And then launched it. And then
Threw in
launched
the
it into the crowd. That was a good entrance.
That was like probably the best one we've done.
We did
The routines we've done on that.
Yeah, we did a medley of music videos. We did Wannabe.
Say You'll Be There.
What's that one? Is that the one in the desert?
Giving you everything.
God, what a fucking voice that
Nice
is.
song, actually.
And then two become one, and then we came out to Spice Up Your Life.
Big
Unbelievable.
dance routine.
Any chat with Craig?
Craig David? No chat with him.
Really?
We briefly spoke to him. A bit of a diva, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, he called him out.
We got asked to stay away.
We
Don't
got
touch
asked.
him.
That was it. It wasn't like he was a diva, but it was like we don't know if he was a diva because we weren't allowed anywhere near him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you're looking forward to the 10th, aren't you?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be unbelievable. Can't give any teasers away, but probably going to give away some cars. There you go. Not allowed. Don't know if that's meant to be a big surprise on the night, but yeah, there you go. There's an exclusive.
What car?
Cars.
Cars?
Yeah, man.
Multi-pal.
Multi-pal. Yeah.
How would you say if you wanted to get tickets? How would you get tickets for that?
Yeah, Bongo's Bingo.
.co.uk.
Or if you don't know the website, just Google Bongo's Bingo, and then I
Yeah,
think the
so-
first thing comes up is the website. Not hard.
Mm.
Do you remember the first birthday? No, you weren't.
I wasn't there.
Oh my
It was
god!
before my time.
Worst show we've ever done.
Really?
It was a fucking nightmare.
Johnny went
Well,
to Haddon.
selling
went
his
into-
10th birthday.
went to
No,
Haddon for a
that
week.
was the first one.
Yeah.
We've learned from a lot of the mistakes, but I think
Like what?
we tried to go. It was only the first year, and like, yeah, the company was so small. I think it was still only like maybe 5 people working on it. and we just thought, let's just go massive on the first birthday, and we bit off far more than we can chew. We did it in a warehouse space where Kane's Brewery is now, but at the time it was just like an empty warehouse. We tried to book Tiny Tempa. He agreed, and then he cancelled like last minute, and said he had, what did he say? He said he had commitments with a record label and he couldn't get out of it. And then the day after, he's posting a picture of himself walking a tiger in Dubai. I was like, you cheeky bastard. And then we tried, who did we try to book? We tried to book last minute, what do you call it?
Was it Wiley?
Wiley and Miss Dynamite, so we booked them.
Oh, nice.
But when I was on stage, someone told me that Wiley had been stopped in Cyprus airport and he wasn't going to come. So I'm doing the show and someone goes, Wiley's not coming now. I was like, oh my God. But I think I saved the day because I think Wiley was, he was 15 grand to book. And I just told the crowd, I was like, listen, Wiley's just cancelled. And everyone's like, boo. And I was like, well, but he was 15 grand, so we'll just give that away instead. And everyone's just like, yeah. And that was the top prize that night.
God, imagine if Craig David had cancelled.
But it was, yeah.
Didn't the girl who won the money something happen on stage?
She pissed herself. She pissed herself on stage, yeah. That was mad. That was
Any pics?
Any pics? No. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well, I would like to see.
Yeah, I like pissy porn. No, I don't
know. No, keep that in.
What did he say?
No, you can just watch it back. Why you have to be so dirty? But that was a mad show, and like we'd messed up so much stuff. We thought, it's probably easier because like to do the bars ourselves. And I think it was the Grand National as well. So everyone had turned up from the Grand National, absolutely wrecked, all like customers, all like suited and booted. I think we had like 2 porta toilets. Like the bar ran out of Prosecco. Like we opened at 6 and we ran out of drinks at like 6:15. And like my head
Oh, there's people doing Tesco runs.
People were going up and just it was just chaos. Like it was an absolute lesson learned about like
what were the prizes?
I can't even remember. We gave away a cruise. We gave away. I honestly can't remember. Just some of the normal stuff as well. But I just remember like I'd finished it. It was like the sound wasn't good. It was like a fire festival situation. Like it was just like, like the one thing that sticks out the most was like it was like finally got to the end of the show and like some people like there was a section of the crowd, probably the people at the front that could hear, enjoyed it. I just remember like some guy right at the front just held up a sign and he just wrote fraud on it and he was just pointing at me going fraud. And it took me about 5 days to get over that. Like I literally thought I'd have to go into
what was the reason for the fraud?
I think he was just saying like people were saying like it was just like we were trying to like rip people off or something like that, which wasn't the case. It was like trying to put on the best show.
Jonny Bongo.
Johnny Bang On, yeah, that was another comment. So yeah, stick that in the comments, Johnny Bang On. It'll go to my head. I'll go into hiding. So there you go.
Can't believe
but 10th birthday's not going to be like that. We're a well-oiled machine now.
Yeah, flying.
We've got actual bars. We haven't just got like people running up the Tesco's and selling Glen's vodka.
I hope someone pisses themselves again. That'd be good.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
that's a recurring theme.
I'd love that.
Weird. Moving on. So yeah, if you want to get your tickets for that, bongosbingo.co.uk. If you want to piss yourself on stage, Jim's going to be there, front row, waiting.
Click. Fraud.
Yeah. So last week we were talking about the quiz days, the early quiz days, the inception of where Bongos Bingo came from. And some of the mad bonus rounds. Hot chicken wings and stuff like that. I was thinking actually there was one of the speaking of chicken, I was talking about that go get me round where you had to go run and get something for a couple of points.
The Bueno in that.
The Bueno. I remember doing one that was a piece of chicken, just get me a piece of chicken, and there was a kebab shop across the road from the shipping forecast, and honestly 30 people stormed it. One guy jumped over the counter, took the fryer out and just grabbed a piece of chicken. Came back, 2 points for the lad.
Was it not like fucking boiling?
I think it probably was hot oil all over it, but when you get 2 points, it's worth it, isn't it?
It is actually, but yeah. 2 quiz.
Third degree burns class. should be 3 points. But no, they were absolutely like mad days, and looking forward to a little quiz coming up soon, isn't it? Bringing it back on the run up.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting, and that's obviously where I met Slutty Susie. Cool.
Yeah, I told me Manjana's story last week, didn't I?
Yeah. It's highbrow, this podcast, isn't it? It's all China.
That wasn't the worst bit though. There was dance-offs where I was like I was bent over spreading my ass cheeks.
Yeah, but
I didn't win.
It's all for points, isn't it? Why didn't you win?
No, that was a dance-off at the end. That wasn't even for points. I got to the final bit, and then I don't know. That was what I thought.
But that's like how Cool came a part of the bingo, because when we'd started, the original dancer, was Sweaty Betty, but we had another dancer called Slutty Sue, and he broke his leg really early on. I think he jumped off a 5 foot, a 1 foot stage.
You said it was less than that.
It was probably like 30 centimeters.
Yeah.
But I got in. We were looking for dancers. We're about a year in, and did I put it up on Facebook or?
It was Facebook. Yeah. I think it said something like, I'd been in work at the time, and it said, I come out with like loads of comments and like messages, and it was just, you'd put up, we need a dancer, anyone fancy jumping on? And like a few people from around town who I knew would tag me in it, and then like he'd message me, and I was like, why the fuck's Jonny Bongo messaged me here? And when I opened it, it was just him saying, loads of people tagged you in that post. I remember you from the quiz, do you fancy having a go? And I was like, fucking defo. And then
the rest
a star was born.
The rest well, not really. You were absolute dog shit on your first show. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, first show, innit?
No, but like you were bad. Like you were a bit rough from the night before. And,
yeah, that was a heavy night. Yeah.
I thought you were like. I remember getting your first show was in Leeds.
It was, yeah.
And then we picked your dress. So obviously he's in the Tinkerbell dress now, but his original.
You'd fuck me though, because you'd messaged me saying,
I didn't fuck you.
You did.
You weren't on time.
I didn't fuck you. You did.
Punctuality is really important to me. It's one of my. What would you say my main thing is?
Tardiness.
Tardiness.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone says that. Everyone says you're.
Well, you didn't know it.
No, but you'd literally message me saying, meet me at 1:30. We're going to pick your outfit. And then message me at 10:50 saying, actually meet at 1. And I was like, well, I can't get there in 10 minutes. But I tried my best. And when I turned up, you were just outside with a Smithy's bag and a fucking massive smile on your face. And I was like, oh, sick.
Oh, it was like bondage gear. It was like Rocky Horror Picture Show, like sort of black, lacy. Like it wasn't great. And you were like. You were a rake back then. Not saying you're a big guy, like, but I mean, like,
I was skinny. You
were hitting what, maybe 8 stone, 9 stone?
What did
Probably 9 stone.
What was he doing at the? You said you noticed him from the quiz. What was he doing at the quiz to like get noticed?
I think he just get up. He just get up. Any bonus
at the
round.
same time.
Colin his mates would come every week, and you'd always stand by the bar, wouldn't you? You'd have like your wee corner in the bar, and every single bonus round, he'd just get up for it, whether it be rapping, whether it be like.
Singing, dancing,
just anything.
Yeah.
Or if he did a dance off, it'd be like spreading his arse cheeks. That was like his signature move.
Wow.
And you thought this guy's up for anything.
Yeah. Do you know what? It was probably more the fact that so many. As soon as I'd said like anyone, like people were like cool. But yeah, that first show, he went on stage. Obviously, he looked terrible in this dress, and there is a picture of it somewhere. If anyone was in Leeds 9 years ago, and you have a picture of that, send it in at Bongo's Bungalow. Is that right?
Yeah.
Bongo's Bungalow? Yeah. I'll give you 100 quid in
100 quid.
100 quid in drinks vouchers.
I think Technical Tom's got it. We'll get it.
There's Technical Tom getting 100 quid now in drinks vouchers.
But, it was like so see-through. Like I remember the knickers on it were like see-through, so we had to go to Primark and buy me a pair of black knickers to wear underneath the knickers.
Did you wear? Yeah, I think you like none of the bingo dancers wear makeup. Like it's not.
Nah. No, but you were like, obviously, because I didn't really know, you were like, yeah, wear makeup. I remember Jess was like putting
it was like really red lipstick on.
Yeah.
And then you went on and you were just like a statue. And I'm like, this is the guy from the quiz. It's like, spreads his cheeks like he's doing nothing. I think it was just like the early lead shows as well. Very, like it was like a Wednesday night, really student crowd. And it was like feral. And like they'd eat you alive, and literally sometimes, and like I think you were like a rabbit in the headlights, and I was
big
like,
time.
oh come on, mate. And then
before the show, we'd gone to like an offie, and you'd like said, like we get it, like what do you want? Like we have drinks on stage and that, because obviously they give us a rider. But it was just like ciders, I think.
3 cans.
Yeah. And I don't know why I had gone for a bottle of Echo Falls. So I don't think I touched it. I think I was a bit like, oh, nah, I can't. I'll just have the cans. And then on like the break, you were like, fucking get that bottle down, yeah. So I just done the bottle, nailed the bottle in the break, and then just went out like a new man.
Hey. That's when the star was born.
Oh, was it?
You know what they say in show business. Once you've done a whole bottle of Echo Falls, you're just on fire, always on. Like, but you weren't. You did. You came back out of the gates like boom. I was like, here he is.
I remember that was you made me do my own intro. You were like, "I'll pick an intro song," and you made me go on to Justin Bieber on my own, "Baby." And I just felt
But that was your tune at the time.
Stressed. Like, on stage, Justin Bieber was on. I was just dressed in this fucking bondage, just like, what the fuck am I doing?
But that was your song at the time. You're still a massive Bieber fan,
big Bieber fan,
like massive Bieber
Belieber.
fan. He's a believer, yeah. But hey, listen, you've come far, mate. You're just the star of the show, as you call yourself, self-titled star of the show.
Well, not just self-titled. Everyone else calls me as well.
Do they? Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
Have you ever said that, Jim?
Never.
Nah,
Have you ever said that, tag team?
Can I have a favourite though?
No.
Yeah, he's
you
a crowd
fucking
favourite.
lying
He is a crowd
bastards.
favourite.
Fan favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fan favourite.
All right.
Face of the company.
Yeah, face of the company. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so that's where Slutty Susie was born. It took us ages to come up with that name. There was Slutty Sue.
Just went a bit.
Yeah, I think it was going to be
Originally, it was you called me Slutty Susanna on the first show. That's like my stepmom's name.
who is absolutely smoking. By the way, I'm happy enough to say that. And to your dad, Jeff, he knows.
My half fella's gonna kill you.
No, he's not.
It's-
No, he's not. He's a lucky man. You know she's a babe. What? I could talk. Like I could. This could be a big. No.
You said something on the last show as well. Something like
Yeah,
that.
she's a fox.
He's going, you know she is.
I'm really glad that we've talked about Cole and A Star Was Born, but I think we should. I reckon.
Oh,
we
you
should,
want to talk about you now?
No, I don't want to talk about me. No, I don't want to talk about me. I want
Alright.
to talk about the quiz. Go back to the quiz because there's loads of like amazing rounds and stuff you used to do. I can't really remember them all, but you must be able to remember some.
Some of the ones I could think of were like Club Neck and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Spin the bottle.
Spin the bottle, yeah. But like,
Like you think about it, it's like what the heck's a spin the bottle round? And it's basically one person from each team comes round, and one of the bar staff was pretending to just be a giant bottle.
yeah.
And then,
No,
like,
you had everyone stand in a circle, and the bar staff had two bottles in their hands, and they would spin until he stopped the music, and they'd just stop wherever the bottles were on. Had to get in the middle, stand on a bench, and just club neck.
yeah, sometimes you got man on
You
man
got more
action.
points for technique.
There was a guy Brian that used to come in his 70s. He
Yeah.
was made up of that.
Tell me about one of my favourite stories. Obviously, you'll tell it better. Was when you were like warring against other quizzes because they were obviously really jealous that you were dead busy. And stuff.
No, yeah, that was the quiz wars of the early 2000s. It was a big thing. No, it started out on the Monday, and then it was really popular. It just had this cult following, and like big love to anyone that came to the quiz early on. Like it was just absolutely class. I think it was some of the best days of my life. Obviously, I met my wife there and met Cole there, and I knew you before, but you came to it as well, so it was nice to see you at the quiz. You were there.
Sometimes.
But yeah, there was another quiz, a rival quiz that turned up again on a Monday night. Which fair play to him. If you are going to start your own quiz, you may as well go against. You don't start it on a Wednesday. You try and go head to head.
Go head to head with the.
So you tried to go toe to toe, and I can't remember his name. Rick Vaughan, I think he was like a DJ, and I think on his first night I did another one of those go and get me rounds. It was right early on, so it was like, question number 2. First person to get me one of the bar was like 100 meters up the street. It was like first one to get me one of Rick Vaughan's quiz sheets will get 4 points, and like 50 people left, and then but I was like giving it wasn't just the first person. I think I just gave everyone, so it was a bit sly but like he's probably just starting his quiz, and then 50 people run into the bar and take everyone's quiz sheets off them and run back like. No, it wasn't happy. I think it only lasted a couple of weeks. That
Amazing. Because there's loads of bits from, obviously the quiz was kind of like, it's almost like the start of Bongo's Bingo. That's where it came from, isn't it? So like there's loads of little bits that you took from the quiz to Bongo's Bingo, like the rave round stuff, isn't there?
I think everything. I think the first ever show we did, the first ever Bongo's Bingo show we did was just a quiz. It really was. It was just a quiz, but instead of questions, it was playing bingo.
Yeah.
Like all the same elements had just it had just morphed into that.
Yeah.
Like I think favorite probably moment though of the quiz was when I got these wrestlers, and you can Google this if you just Google Monday night Jonny Bongo's Monday night quiz wrestlers. Like there's loads of articles on it. I think there's a few videos as well where I basically hired these two like on the circuit local professional wrestlers to turn up and have a brawl in the middle of the bar, but I didn't tell anyone. The only person that knew was the one security got the bouncer. I said, listen, this is going to happen. Like the none of the staff knew. Like, and so I just told him, I was like, this is going to happen. Don't worry about it. And what I did was, the bonus round that week was it was a rap battle. So one person from each team had to come up and do like a rap.
Oh, you'd have been good at that one, yeah.
I think he was there. So I did this thing, and one of the wrestlers was from Southport, and one of the wrestlers was like, it was a bit of Frankie Sloan, his name was. He's from Liverpool, like long hair, like proper, like just looks like a proper like Matt Hardy wrestler. But this other one's like, what was he called? CJ Banks, the babyface pitbull, I think his name was. Really like little, and he's from Southport. So he got up and did this. So he was pretending like he was in the quiz. So he got up and did the rap. I can't remember what, like, I don't know what Southport's postcode is, but he was like, I'm from Southport, S something 8, or S6, and I hate all of you fucking scouse pricks. And the whole bar just was like, boo. And then he started like, so I'm like in on it. Kayfabe. You watch wrestling? Kayfabe. It's all when you're in on it. Google kayfabe.
No.
Look, there's it on screen. Can you get me the definition of kayfabe? Like that on Wikipedia.
What? That's
Isn't
crazy.
that class? Now you know. So he got up and he was really, really riling up the crowd. Like, just going, fuck it. And but it was getting really aggy. And then the other guy, who was the other wrestler, he comes down and he grabs the mic and he's like, I'm from Liverpool, you fuck it. Like, and it starts going off. So I grab the mic. They start looking like they're going to tussle, and I grab the mic and go, right, stop. Look, the only way you can settle this is by one fall. And I was like, in your right hand side, Frankie Sloan from Liverpool. On the other side, CJ Banks. But people like still were like shitting themselves. Loads of people like ran out of the bar, and then they had this full blown 4-minute brawl in the bar, like pulling all these moves, and then it finally finished off where that CJ Banks was in the middle of the floor. This Frankie Sloan got up on my quiz table and did a moonsault, like a somersault, swanton bomb, and then pinned it, and then pinned him. You don't know wrestling? No. Can you give me swanton bomb?
That can't be real. Swanton bomb can't be real.
There it is, yeah. And I like see so the bouncer, he ended up being the referee, so he did the call like 1, 2, 3, and when he pinned him, the noise of the bar, like when the cheer, it was like a little tear. I was like, that was absolutely class.
It was class.
They got an absolute bollocking from the bar, like going like, why didn't you tell us this was happening? Like I think they were on the phone to the police and stuff, like going, there's a brawl breaking out. But yeah,
any swanton bombs at the 10th birthday?
Do you reckon we could do a swanton bomb?
That would be unbelievable.
Now you know what it is.
Like, yeah, definitely.
Get the wrestlers on stage.
Get me one of the light sources.
We should definitely bring that back.
Hey, actually, shout out Content, our venue in Liverpool. Just remembered, Atomic Wrestling is coming.
No.
There's a wrestling event in April. So
I remember you were in a wrestling event once.
Oh, yeah. That's
I genuinely don't know this story.
You don't know this story?
No. It's not in the script.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Well, listen, have you ever heard of going off script? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no. I'll tell you very quickly. I was asked to do a special guest referee at a wrestling event in Campden-Furnace, and so they asked me to come and like compare it. But in the green room before, I was like, because wrestling, it's not real.
Really?
Well, it is real. They're performers and it's entertainment, but like the matches are prefixed. Like they know who's going to win and stuff. And in the dressing room, they're all explaining like what's going to happen. So one of the wrestlers said to me that he was going to, like during a match, he was going to come in and like interrupt this match and try and stop it. And he said, if you can come in and bring me into the corner and like tell me like to get away as the compare, he says, and in the green room he goes, listen, I'll just give you a quick bump, and if you just go down. And I was like, well, what's that? Like, what's a bump? And he's like, he was like, literally, I'll just go and slap my chest. And he said, but fall when I do it. So I was like, right, okay, sound. I was like, this is fucking sick. I'm a wrestler now. so this happened in the match. I'm like comparing, and then this guy comes in, breaks up the match, and I bring him into the corner. I'll find a video of it and I'll put it in. And what do you call it? I'm like going, like waiting for this thing. Fuck me. Honestly, like I couldn't breathe.
It's like that.
He just went. I don't know whether he was just kind of like trying to be. I don't know whether he was trying to have me off or something. Like, you're not a wrestler, and I was getting dead excited, but he hit me so hard, and then like I'm rolling out of the ring, And like, you know, and kayfabe, like, and people are going like, "Hey, he sold that so well." Like, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. It took me like, I think I might have cried after. It was so sore. Oh yeah, we'll do the video on screen there. Look at it now. That's sore.
It was
So,
class.
yeah.
It was class to watch. Like, I enjoyed it. Just watching him getting bitch slapped.
All that wrestling chat's made me thirsty, so we're gonna go and load up on the Peronis, and we'll be back in a wee second for Blame It on the Bongos. Welcome back to Bongo's Bungalow. Now, we love seeing you wreck the place, getting wild, but we want to know what happens when you leave the doors, from taking prizes out with you, rocking on mobility scooters home, swapping out their kebabs at the end of the night for some delicious crispy Cocoa Pops, and whose cardboard cutout ends up cutting shapes on the dance floor or possibly in your bed. We want to hear your wildest stories. Get in touch. How do you even get in touch?
You can get us on socials at Bongo's Bungalow.
Hit that again. Just gotta be like, you can hit us on socials.
You can hit us on socials at Bongo's Bungalow.
Yeah, that's good. And what else can you do, Jim?
You can DM us, can't you?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what the thing is, but
It's an email, hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk.
whoa!
Thanks for genuinely, thanks for sending these in. We like reading them. This one's from Kirsty in Manchester. You want to read it?
Do you want to do the first one?
I don't mind.
Yeah, you do the first one.
I'll do the first one. Okay. This one's from Kirsty in Manchester,
In a
yeah?
Manc accent.
Do it.
Tell me
Just do hi Johnny and the gang in a Manc accent.
What? Give me an example of a Manc accent.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
You're right.
You're right, Johnny and gang.
No.
Manchester.
Welcome to Yorkshire. Johnny.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
You're right, Johnny and the guy.
You're right, Johnny and gang.
And gang.
My best memory was way back in 2018.
Do normal voice. Do normal voice. Do normal voice.
My best memory was way back in 2018 when I won the massive inflatable duck in Ibiza. Literally everyone on the way back to the hotel tried to steal it. It got so bad that our hotel security had to step in and escort us through the lobby as we were getting mobbed. You'd be glad to know I managed to deflate it properly and it arrived back home with us. It now comes out every summer in the garden along with the paddling pool. Hoping to get to the 10th anniversary, any chance of a big duck then?
Big duck.
Big duck.
Big duck on the 10th anniversary. Yeah, I don't know. I think what, health and safety now.
Don't
You know,
think we'll be able
because
to do it, yeah.
no, you know, because we're like proper. It's not the Wild West of the first birthday. It's like we do things right. The only time we give the ducks away is when we're abroad. When we're off over state lines, international waters, anything goes.
Does it?
Yeah. And the highlight's always snow bombing. When we give out the duck on
Little
snow
crowd
bombing,
surf.
and he crowd surfs it.
It's scary.
I bet,
You didn't let us do it last year?
probably because of the amount of times you've fallen and wrecked yourself.
Yeah.
There's some good pictures though. You'll find some pictures like that one,
Oh, yeah.
and also this one. This is class. You know, I love the way you can do that.
Have you got that video when I fell off it, Mighty Hoopla?
It's not coming up. It's not coming up. Health and safety. Mighty Hoopla, mate. That's in the UK. Didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, the crowd surfing's class. Like the pictures, it is scary though. Very scary.
They are absolutely massive, and the thing in snowbombing as well, because it's a ski festival. People like win them, take them up on the ski lift, and then
Come down and
boogie
on
board
them.
on them down. Like, you can fit about 4 people at least.
Anything goes.
Anything goes in Austria, man. Everyone, I always say that. Here's another message from Laura and Kenny.
Kenny accent.
It's Kenny's Scouse, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think when we read these out, you just have to do the accent of the first line. I think that's fair. Do you know what I
Correct.
mean? So you just have to say, "Hey, Bongos boys," in a Kenny accent.
Okay. You alright?
No,
Kenny's in Liverpool.
Kenny's in Liverpool.
I know.
Just trying.
I was doing a bit.
Go on.
Class.
Hey, but I can't do
Just
it.
do it, mate. Just do it. It's part of it. This is a new rule.
You got to do
Write it
scouts.
down. New rule first. You got to do the accent.
Give me some scouts.
What do you want me to say, lad?
You want to say that?
Hey, bongos. No, I can't do it. I can't
Hey,
do it.
Bongos boys. I was in Jamaica playing.
I'll just read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey Bongos Bingo, big fan of Bongos Bingo, and I have been a million times. So I was a lucky winner of a Henry Hoover that I won a few years back in Liverpool. I was so excited and couldn't wait to get it home to show my housemates. In fact, I was so excited, I was too impatient to leave it until the next day to collect. So my slightly intoxicated self decided it was best to take it straight after the show. Here's where things went wrong. I somehow even managed to persuade the nightclub manager to let me in with it, as I had just won it at Bongo's. I was partying with it on the dance floor. I even sat it on the bar where we were hoovering up shots. Everybody wanted pics with Henry. He pulled. However, maybe a little bit too well. I left him in a booth and went home as I was worse for wear. Next day, I called the club and told them and said, could I come and collect it? When I got there, it was not my precious Henry waiting, but some old, very used, full of filth Hoover. After some detective work with the manager and their CCTV, it turns out the cleaner thought they had won the lottery and swapped them out. Henry left the club with another woman. Should I be angry, and should I ever trust hanging with a Henry again? Much love. Ta.
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 Shouldn't be angry though. Never leave a Hoover behind. Never. Leave a
never.
Hoover
Yeah.
behind.
You can't leave a Hoover.
You shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean?
Has she left it on purpose or accidentally?
I think she just left it, took it out in the club.
Ah.
That video that went viral. Do you remember
was
the guy in
Glasgow?
Scotland?
Yeah.
It was just like some like lad. He's like 20, and he put this video up of him in like a nightclub, like, and it was just, you know, when you read like Scottish tweets, but it's in like, you read it in that accent. It's just me and my Hoover in the club, cutting shapes. Best day of my life.
How would we ever see that Hoover?
How would you do it?
Video.
Watch this. Boom. And there it's playing, and tell you what, tech team have got their workout with this cut out for them on this episode. Like that, fucking stop doing that. But that's what you do. You want to see a picture of a Satsuma?
Bang!
Boom. So yeah, never leave a Hoover behind.
I've seen that in venues sometimes, like when you go and obviously there's been a show previously, and like they're just using Henry Hoovers everywhere, and you're like, there's no way every venue's got a fucking Henry Hoover.
Yeah,
like,
definitely people leaving them behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so good memories on that Henry. Hey, do you know what? Second episode, I've had a lot of fun.
It has been fun.
Are we doing it again? Yeah. Episode 3. Maybe throw in one of those bonus episodes on Friday. People like them, didn't they?
Talk about Don't Tell the Bride, something like that.
We're not talking about Don't Tell the Bride.
Okay.
All I'll say is me and Jim were on Don't Tell the Bride.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim got married.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did. No, we're not talking about Don't Tell the Bride.
Okay.
Bad memories. Save that for another time.
Yeah.
Save it for episode
10.
You reckon we can get to 10?
Wow.
Hanging out together?
If we get to 10, we'll tell the story.
Without all falling out?
We can only get to episode 10 if people tell their mates to follow us and watch us, listen.
Hey, he's done it.
Yeah. How do they follow us?
No, hey, he's done it. For someone with no presenting ability, he is. For someone that's, like, you've done it. Do you know what that's called? A segue.
Is it?
Do you know what the definition of a segue is?
A little bike?
Oh, a little bike. No, you're thinking of one of those. That's the definition of a segue, and you're thinking of that one, which is, there's a picture of a segue.
Sorry,
so there you go. That's all the time. We'll do another episode. I'm loving it. I'm getting into it.
Good.
Remember, the bungalow isn't just for you, so do send us your stories, any questions you've got for us. One thing I really want to know is some prize ideas. If there's a new prize that we can shoehorn into the show and say that this prize came from such and such, from such and such,
from the podcast.
Like, that's the ultimate shout out at every show. What, 30 shows a week? You get your name shouted out and said, this prize,
segue on every show.
This segue that costs £15,000 on every show. Hey, 10th birthday segue. Wrestlers on a segue. Anyway, I'm getting too excited now. Yeah, so if you want to get in touch, email us at hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place. So yeah, say bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.